Are you looking for some hauntingly delicious treats that you can serve at a Halloween party? Well, today I'm hosting a collab called Monster Bash, and that's exactly what we'll be giving you. My friends and I are all coming up with Halloween treats that are perfect for any party. This is my delicious pumpkin pie dip. Comes together quickly with very few ingredients. So if you're ready to scare up some delicious treats, you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how to make this coming up next. Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Roy. I'm a home cook and amateur baker, and I'm here on this channel sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now today is one of mine, but it's one that I've adapted from a few that I've seen online. And I've made a few changes just to simplify the recipe a little bit. But it's super easy, comes together quickly, and it's perfect for a Halloween party, which is the theme for this collab that I am hosting called Monster Bash. My friends and I are all doing Halloween party foods, so if you're looking for treats that you can serve at a Halloween party, check out the other participants of this collab down in the description box. So what is my contribution to this? I am making a pumpkin pie dip. Comes together quickly, super easy, and very tasty. So let's go over the ingredients. I have here a 1 ounce box of sugar-free butterscotch instant pudding. And you could use vanilla, but I do like the brown sugary notes that this gives to this. But if you can't find butterscotch, you can use vanilla instead. Here I have an 8 ounce tub of fat-free whipped topping, and I find that fat-free is a little lower in bites and points than the sugar-free. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but if all you can find is sugar-free, that's fine. You could even use full sugar, full fat if you really wanted. Here I have 1.5 cups of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and that's one of the main departures that I am taking. Usually this is made with cream cheese. Now I did make some of my 0 by 0 point cream cheese for this, and if you haven't seen that video, I will post the video here for the tutorial. I had done this as my original video, which also had an introduction, but I've taken out the tutorial part, and I'll link that up there, and I'll also link both of them down in the description box. Now, a lot of these recipes used sugar, confectioner sugar in particular. Since I'm not using that, I'm using the pudding instead, that thickened it up a bit much. So I thought, why take the extra step of making the cream cheese when we can just use the Greek yogurt and let the pudding thicken that up. Here I have 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree, and that is pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie mix. They're usually near each other in the supermarket, so just make sure you're not getting pumpkin pie mix, which has spices and sugars already added. And here I have 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and that's going to obviously give us the pumpkin pie flavor, because pumpkin on its own, I don't really think has a lot of flavor on its own. It's the spices that really give you that flavor. So let me just shuffle a couple of things around and we'll get started. Okay, so I have a large bowl. It's probably a little larger than I would likely serve this in, but you want to have a little room because we're going to whip this up. You could probably get away with doing this with a whisk, but trying to get the pudding into the yogurt is a bit of a challenge because it does thicken up quite a bit. But you do as you want to do. I prefer using the electric mixer. But to my bowl, I'm going to add in the yogurt and the butterscotch pudding mix. I'm going to kind of whisk it a little bit first because that'll keep the pudding mix from flying around. But it came together very quickly. You can see what I mean about it getting very thick. That's why I don't think you need to use cream cheese. Although if you do want to make some of my cream cheese, it's definitely great to have on hand. Now to this, I'm going to add in the pumpkin and the pumpkin pie spice. And I'm gonna blend this up a little bit before I add in the whipped topping, just so I can get all of these flavors melded together before trying to incorporate the whipped topping. So just blend that up. And that pumpkin helped to loosen this up a little bit, and you're definitely getting a hint of that pumpkin pie flavor from that spice. Now I'm going to add in the whipped topping. Now if you wanted, you could probably just throw all this in and not worry about it, but I like doing it in steps so that I make sure that things are incorporated, but you can do as you want to do. Make things as easy on yourself as you can. That's what I always say. I don't always do it, but that's what I always say. Okay, so now we're gonna mix this together. And that's all there is to it. Pumpkin pie dip is done. Now you could serve this with apple slices, you could serve it with marshmallows, you could serve it with graham crackers. What I like to do is use some ladyfingers. I found these, I believe, at Walmart. Each ladyfinger is just one Better Balanced bite. If you had all four, which is considered a serving, that would be 5 bites or points. But one of these being 1 bite, I don't mind using them. But you could break up some graham crackers and things like that. You can serve it however you want. And I will be transferring this to a serving bowl so that we can have it at our party. Now, this is going to serve 20 people, or make 20 servings. It may not be 20 people. And each of those servings, this makes about 3 cups, so each of those servings is about 2.5 tablespoons. But what are the nutrition facts for this delightful Halloween dip? If you have it as 20 servings, this is going to be just 1 Better Balanced bite or Old Blue Point. I'm on the Healthy Better Balanced plan, which is equivalent to the old WW Blue plan, and that's around where their current plan is. But if you were following calories, the calories for each serving would be 45. And if you were following macros, the fat would be 0 grams. The saturated fat would be 0 grams. Protein would be 1.4 grams. Carbs would be 7.4 grams. Fiber would be 0.4 grams. And sugars would be 3.4 grams for 1/20th of this dip. But I hope that you enjoyed this recipe and this video, and if you did, I'd appreciate the usual like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video. And if you are new here, I'd love to hear where you came from, whose channel sent you over here. Let me know down in the comments. Now the recipe for this will of course be on my blog. I will link directly to the recipe down in the description box. There's also a link to my blog itself if you're looking for any of my recipes, and there's all sorts of other information in the description box. So don't forget to go down there and check that out. And don't forget to check out all of the other channels that are sharing Halloween party treats down below in the description box as well. So now I'm gonna go get myself a serving bowl for this and get this party started. And I hope you'll be doing the same yourself very soon. So until next time, bye.